In this hot afternoon, porridge beans is the best option for me. Hello friends, this beans is what I've been craving for. So right now, this is my story. This particular beans was recommended by an old man who I saw selling beans in the market. He called me to come and buy from him. So I told him I'm not conversant with this type of beans. He told me to give it a try, that it has a name and the species comes every once in a year. I went ahead and asked him, is this beans going to be sweet? He laughed and said, I have already called the name. There, I was reluctant to his words. So I said to myself, anyways, there's no harm in trying. So my friends, this is how I got these beans and I decided to give it a try. So I quickly rushed down to my house, get my pots ready for the process. At this point, I was anxious. I wanted to know how it would turn out. So that is me for you guys. So friends, guess what I'm using for this recipe? Guess. It's my favorite plantain. Yes guys, I'm using plantain and potato for this recipe. My friends, can I share a little secret with you guys? Plantain is one of my best food ever. So in this case, I have to bring it out for cutting. Now we need to check out what we are cooking before it gets burned. So now our beans is almost done. I moved over to the plantain. I love cutting my plantains in the bigger shapes. Yeah, because I want to get the lumps while eating. I have noticed that whenever I cut my plantain in the smaller shapes, it will turn out to be invisible in my plates, especially the ripe ones. So this is me adding my potatoes. Allow it to cook for a while. So my friends, you all know that potato and plantain are different food altogether. So you need to make sure that they are all well cooked properly. So after adding my potatoes, I added my plantain too and allowed it to cook for a while. I now released my grinded onion and crayfish. I also added it my Maggi. Now there goes my pepper. I blended and stocked in the fridge. So this is how I store my pepper in the fridge. You all know that pepper is very cheap in the market now. So for that reason, I buy enough, blend them and store them in my refrigerator. So this is the point I added my oil. And my salt. I quickly sprinkled my sliced onion to give it a yummy look. Then cover it for a while. Now it is done. At this point, I had to turn it very well to make sure that those ingredients align with the food very well. I gave it a proper turning. Guys, I love the look of these porridge beans. My friends, this is what I call pottery. At this point, the aroma is marring my nose. Delicacies cases, you know. Please, my friends, pardon my English. That's what I take learn now. But my friends, when I was eating this food, something came to my mind. I quickly remembered what that market man told me. Now, let me shock you. The name of this beans is sweet beans. Yes, so it's sweet beans. So this beans was so sweet that I couldn't resist it. So please, my friends, if you haven't tried these sweet beans before, please do that and thank me later. Thanks for watching.